The unreliability of the 2022 Red Bull car has handed reigning F1 world champion Max Verstappen an early mountain to climb if he wants to go for back-to-back titles. For the second time in just 3 races, Verstappen failed to finish, with apparent engine and overheating issues forcing him to come to a halt on the 39th lap of the Australian Grand Prix. "Stop the car, please. Stop the car," his race engineer told him on the radio as he came out of turns 1 and 2 complex. Combined with his DNF in Bahrain, it means Verstappen finished the 3rd weekend of the year on 25 points, which was thanks to his win in Saudi Arabia. But that places him well behind Ferrari's Charles Leclerc, who led the Aussie Grand Prix for essentially its entire running, moving into 71 points. 25 for victory, plus 1 for the fastest lap. That means Leclerc leads Verstappen, who has looked like the fastest of the pair when they've had the chance to race closely, by 46 points already. For reference, the largest points gap between Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton in the 2021 title race was 32 points, following the Dutchman's back-to-back wins in Austria. Verstappen is also behind teammate Sergio Perez, 30, and Mercedes pair George Russell, 37, and Lewis Hamilton, 28. It's certainly a concern. I mean, we've lost a lot of points already in the first 3 races that, in the end, can make a huge difference in the championship, Perez said to post-race. "We're obviously aware of it. All of the team back home in Milton Keynes are working flat out to try and come up with solutions. We don't know exactly the issue for Max today, so we will see. And I'm sure we will turn things around, and hopefully we can start again from zero when we go back to Europe." Lewis Hamilton also had a frustrating afternoon in Melbourne as a 4th place finish left him 43 points behind leader Leclerc. The 7-time F1 champion swore to rally his Mercedes team to salvage his already dwindling title dreams. "I will be on Zoom calls with our bosses and really trying to rally them up," he said. "We have got some improvements that we need to make, and we need everyone's support in doing so. It's about making sure we leave no stone unturned, that the hunger is there, and we are maximising every moment. I will be chasing the people in the wind tunnel, the aerodynamic guys, and just looking at every single area." Speaking to Sky, Verstappen said that thoughts on the championship were already far from his mind, despite winning the 2nd round of the season in Jeddah, as the priority is on Red Bull addressing reliability worries. "We're already miles behind, so I don't even want to think about the championship fight at the moment," he explained. "I think it's more important to finish races. Today was, in general, just a bad day again. Not really having the pace and just managing my tyres to try and just bring it to an end, because it looked like a quite easy P2 anyway. I knew I could not fight Shah, so there was no point to try and put pressure on him. But yeah, we didn't even finish the race. It's pretty frustrating and unacceptable." While the cause of his retirement is currently unknown, Verstappen said that he feared not making it to the end when Red Bull mechanics were seen working hard on his car on the grid. "I knew there was a problem," he said. "So it was always going to be a question mark of finishing the race. I mean, these kinds of things, if you want to fight for the title, they cannot happen." Red Bull team boss Christian Horner said he fully accepted Verstappen's disappointment at the situation, but said the priority was to speak to the engineers and understand exactly what had gone wrong. "It is totally understandable, his frustration," he said. "That was a really, really disappointing result not to finish the race. We don't know what the issue is yet, but I don't think it's actually engine related. I think it might be a fuel issue, but we need to get the car back. We need to be able to look at exactly what's happened." While the reliability problems have hit Red Bull's championship chances, Horner said that at least the team knows its car is quick. "I'd rather fix a fast car than try to make a reliable, slow one fast," he explained. "We need to get on top of it. We can't accept DNFs. But we need to understand what the issue is, and we have got to address it." Sky F1 pit lane reporter Ted Kravitz explained later in the race that Red Bull didn't expect to know what happened for several days, potentially until they get back to their UK base. "I've been asking the question about what exactly happened. We know liquids were emitted that weren't meant to be emitted. Max said the car effectively had a moment to itself, and he was told to shut it off." Kravitz said. But beyond that, they say it's too early. We need to pull the car to pieces and may not be until the car arrives at Milton Keynes factory on Tuesday that we'll know which bit of the car let go. Red Bull Motorsport advisor Helmut Marko was able to shed a bit of light on what he thought the issues have been this season and is predicting difficult times ahead. It leaked petrol, but we don't know where and how, Marko told Sky Sport Germany. It just leaked a lot of petrol. That's why we said he should stop immediately, preferably where there is a fire extinguisher. Marko added that it is just not the engine where the team is currently struggling at the moment. It's the cost cap, also restricting the areas of development on the car in places, giving him and the team a balancing act of where to go next. As a result, he feels it could take time before things improve again from a Red Bull point of view. We don't just have these reliability problems, which are actually largely unknown to us. We don't know that at all, he said. The other thing is this weight problem. We're well ahead, heavier of Ferrari there. That's a difficult balancing act, even with the cost gap. Difficult times are ahead for us. We were surprised at how fast Ferrari was today. Charles Leclerc was able to streak clear after each safety car restart, putting distance between himself and the rest and setting the fastest lap of the race to boot. They have to pay much less attention to the tyres than we did, Marko explained, relating to Red Bull's deficit. Ferrari was in a class of its own, and unfortunately, we were clearly behind, even though Sergio Perez drove a great race. Despite all the changes to the cars this season, the issues with the Red Bull car will still have come as a surprise to many. Where some teams appear to be struggling for speed, it's the reliability which has so far been the undoing of Red Bull, and there are now changes happening with the engineers as they search for a solution. Red Bull's Formula One head of race engineering, Guillaume Rocky Rockelin, will move into a new role with the team's roster of young drivers after the Australian Grand Prix. Rockelin took up his current role at the start of 2015, having worked as Sebastian Vettel's race engineer for the run of 4 consecutive F1 Drivers' Championships over 2010 to 2013. He first joined the team in 2006, working as David Coulthard's race engineer, having moved across from Champ Car outfit Newman Haas Racing. Team principal Christian Horner explained the change is part of the ongoing restructuring of the team to meet the challenges of F1's cost cap. The engineering team is continuing to evolve, especially as we have to look at efficiencies with the budget cap, said Horner. Rocky has done an amazing job trackside for us over the last 15 or 16 years, race engineering Sebastian to all of his Red Bull Racing race victories and world championships and leading the engineering team for the last year's success as well. He is going to evolve and take on a new role working with our plethora of young drivers, where we'll be looking to utilise all of his experience from working with so many drivers to continue to develop the Red Bull junior drivers. He will very much take a leading role in that project and how they integrate into Red Bull racing, applying scientific tools to that as well. So it's an exciting new challenge for Rocky. It will be his last race weekend here before he moves on to that role. Max Verstappen's race engineer, Gianpiero Lambiase, will take over the role as head of race engineering. But despite that change, he will continue to be Verstappen's race engineer. The restructure will see GP taking a step up to become the lead engineer trackside, while still maintaining the role of Max's race engineer, said Horner. So it's evolution. It's great to see that within the team. Both of the guys are going to excel in their next roles. The Red Bull Junior team currently comprises 12 drivers who are racing at various levels of the junior ladder. 5 are in Formula 2, Liam Lawson, Jehan Daruvala, Yuri Vips, Dennis Hauger, and Ayumu Iwasa. With 3 in Formula 3, Johnny Edgar, Isaac Hadjar, and Jack Crawford. It also has Noel Leon as the Formula Regional European Championship, Yuto Nomura and Salta Areo in French F4, and 14-year-old Arvid Lindblad in karting.